Hi everyone, you reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with a quick video on Porsha Family Matters, the next to last episode. So this episode, it starts out with a continuation of the fight that happened last week. The fight left us wondering what really happened, what's going on, who started this, and we was looking forward to getting more details this particular episode. But we didn't get too many more details, and you want to know why? Porsha sent everyone a text and told them to shut their mouths. Don't talk about it. Don't say a word. She was not having it. Well, we did learn from this particular series that everyone that knows Porsha, they pretty much say the same thing. If you don't yes Porsha to death, do what Porsha tells you to do, then you're gone. You're done. You're fired. She no longer wants you around. She only wants yes people around her. And this proves it. She sent them a text, the family members that she wanted to keep it real, to tell it like it is. Well, she sent them a text and told them to shut their mouth. So it's not what Simon says, it's what Porsha says. And I'm not talking about Simon, her fiance. I'm talking about that game that I used to play in childhood. It says Simon says stop. Simon said jump. Well, this is not Simon says, this is Porsha says. Porsha says go, you better go. Porsha says stop, you better stop. Porsha tells you to shut your mouth and don't say a word about that fight last night, then you better shut your mouth. Which I find extremely interesting. And why? Because last week, her cousin Storm went on her Instagram or her social media live, her Twitter, or whatever she did, and she claimed how Dennis pretty much beat her up in Mexico, and both Porsha and her tried to get him arrested. Now, you did see on this particular episode how Porsha said, I want him arrested. I want Dennis arrested. I want Dennis arrested and put in a Mexican jail. That's what Porsha said. But ironically, he didn't get arrested, and I wonder why. Here's my theory why. The reason why Porsha wanted everybody to shut their mouth is because she knows for a fact that Dennis was not the instigator of that whole melee. Okay, what we saw was Porsha doing what Porsha does, and she did this on Roa. Every time she gets into a situation or an incident, she doesn't remember anything. She blacks out. Remember on Roa, she had allegedly went to counseling, several months of counseling to learn how to control her temper, to not use her hands when she couldn't find the words that needed to be said. So Simon was holding Porsha back when this whole thing was going down. She told her own fiance, let me go. It appeared as if she was throwing dishes. She picked up something that seemed long. Everybody involved was trying to hold her back, hold other people back. And she did say she was trying to get, if I heard correctly, she was going after Mama Gina. How do you go after somebody's mother? How do you, when you're in your 40s or you're 40, you pass the 30 mark, your 30s are over, you're at least 40, and the best you can do is to have a big brawl in a restaurant? So, when Porsha came to the next day and was in her right state of mind, she sent everybody a text and told them, do not say a word. And they knew better. They knew they would have got a lot of backlash, so they shut their mouth. Even they showed us the producers stepping in and was like, what's going on? Well, the producers got word that she sent the text. Okay, then the producer stepped in and said, listen, this don't even make no sense that you're sitting here acting like the elephant is not in the room. Nobody's talking about the fight. And then Aunt Liz slipped up and said, well, I was told not to talk about it. And that's when Porsha said, cut, we're done, scene over. Porsha got up like a brat and she left. And so my thing is, again, you wanted to get this man arrested. He allegedly, and when I say this man, I'm talking about Dennis. He allegedly was the big indicator, starter, person who started this melee. But yet the next day, you don't want to say a word about it. Trust and believe. If she could stand there and say that she wanted him arrested and put in a Mexican jail, if Dennis was the one who was responsible for that whole shenanigans that day, the next day they would have been talking about it on air. And that's why I said Porsha knows, in my opinion, that she probably did more in that situation than anybody else in the room. So let's carry on, because a lot of interesting stuff happened in this particular episode. Now I want to say this. Aunt Liz got a lot of wisdom in her. I'm glad that she was on this trip, and I'm glad that she's actually a part of this show. And I'm going to summarize some of the things that she pretty much said. When she met with Porsha, she told Porsha, look, you got a lot of people around you that don't have nothing to lose. You should have never came near with all of those people. And she even said Storm and Don was a problem, okay? She said Don was a problem. They should have never been there. It should have been you, it should have been Simon, and it should have been Dennis, okay? And she also said that she knows that Dennis loves his daughter, and that Porsha needs to find a way to make things right, because PJ Pilar needs her father in her life. And so Aunt Liz spoke and dropped a lot of knowledge on Porsha, but as usual, I really don't think Porsha got it, and she's never going to get it because she doesn't care. And so Aunt Liz also said something really interesting. She said Porsha is not ready to take on this legacy. She said violence is never the answer. You can't be out in the streets putting hands on people and then thinking you're going to go pump your fist at a couple of marches and you could carry on the legacy. Aunt Liz said it can't go down like that. And Aunt Liz also said that she felt Mama Gina was, turning the page, turning herself around. But it got sideways. Another thing that Aunt Liz said that made a whole lot of sense, they had no business bringing up Dennis' past, because it doesn't matter now. It's time to move on. She got a whole new fiance, so that had no business coming up at the dinner table. And she said if it didn't come up, none of this would have happened. Praise God to Aunt Liz, even though I know none of it got through to Porsha. Another important piece is, I want to say Aunt Liz said, or I want to say, never mind, I take that back. Mama Gina said to Dennis, Porsha is still in love with you, and she's also in love with Simon. And Simon knows it too, because Simon told Porsha he feels like it's a threesome. And you want to know why, Simon? Because it is a threesome. Especially when Simon can say out of his own mouth, he's only here to do what Porsha wants him to do. So, Simon, are you her fiance or are you a puppet? You're only here to do what Simon wants you, what Porsha wants you to do. Are you serious, Simon? This is a whole circus. It's a mess. And let me back up to something Aunt Liz said. Again, she dropped all the knowledge. Very smart. She said to Porsha, I'm disappointed in Simon. I think he should have done more in this situation. And well, amen, Aunt Liz, because we all felt that way. And I'm not talking about do something more as in put hands on somebody, but do something more and speak up. Speak up to your fiance and tell her, why are you so pressed? I get it. The man cheated on you when the baby was in your belly. You're hurt. Well, you need to get counseling for that. But for you to sit here and be so angry over that still, and we're about to get married, I wouldn't be able to move forward with anybody in marriage knowing they are still stuck on someone else and have a lot of loose ends to tie up. So allegedly, Porsha is packing the rest of Dennis stuff up and getting it out of her house. PJ, who was just so beautiful, unfortunately is going to have a TNA, her tonsils and adenoids removed. And, Porsha and Dennis seem like they're going to be able to work that out together. And I really hope they do. So guys, what else happened in this particular episode that just had me like whoa? Oh yeah, can't carry. Yes, that she can't carry. All I could say is this. Porsha, Dennis said out his own mouth also that Porsha lunged at Mama Gina. So overall, what I have to say about this whole show, unfortunately, in terms of how Porsha handles conflict, from the Real Housewives of Atlanta to now her own show, is clearly obvious that she learned nothing in counseling, that she still just feels that putting her hands on someone or reacting versus using her words is a problem. Which brings me to another great point that Aunt Liz said. Aunt Liz said, do you really want PJ to see on film how you are reacting to certain situations? So Aunt Liz is trying to tell her, when PJ grows up, she's going to be able to see this footage on how you just lost your mind at this dinner with your new fiance and the father of your daughter. This is what you want her to see? This is how you want her to know her mother acts? So Aunt Liz left a lot of knowledge on Porsha's lap. But do I think Porsha took it in? Absolutely not. Do I think Porsha is going to change as a result of what Aunt Liz is saying? Absolutely not. And here's the sad part about it. Aunt Liz eventually is going to need someone to carry on that legacy. Portia's not ready. Let's just pray that, maybe Pilar will grow up and she will be ready and then she could take it over. Because as Aunt Liz stated herself out of her mouth, Portia's not ready to carry on this legacy. Violence is never the answer. And she, as Porsha, as she stated, she blacked out. I mean, when are we going to stop using blacking out as a reason for bad behavior? Anyway, guys, if you watched it, chat with me in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. One, yes, I agree. Right now, as it stands, Porsha is having a threesome with Simon and Dennis and herself. And her major problem is she's not over Dennis and she moved too fast. She should have healed, waited a moment before she got in a relationship with anybody. Porsha just wants to be married, and Porsha is getting married by any means necessary, in my opinion, and it's going to bite her in the butt. Aunt Liz and Dennis seems to be like the most valuable players on this particular series of Porsha Family Matters. One, Aunt Liz drops so much knowledge, and two, so does Dennis. Dennis even said to Mama Gina, like, look, Mama Gina, this is the it's the mother of my daughter, okay? If anybody calls me and they need me right now, forget about what happened in Mexico. I'm going to go help them. And he's even said that he will go help Storm. That again is just, it's bothered me thinking that, Storm is saying that, he beat her down allegedly, but yet he's saying if something happens to any one of them, their family, I'm going to go help. And again, even if my child's father came over, if he just finished beating down my cousin, I would say, okay, I'll see you at PJ's surgery, but no thank you. You don't need to come in my house and talk to me. No thank you. I'm not going to be buddy with you. If I heard that allegedly this man has done so much stuff to my cousin, yes, he's my daughter's father, but there's no way I would just be trying to figure out and make things work. The first thing I would be trying to figure out is, did you or did you not do this to my cousin? And also, if he allegedly did beat Storm up, like Storm claimed he did, I would be saying the first thing we got to talk about is you apologizing to my cousin and figuring that whole thing out. That's why I'm sketchy on some details. And the reason why I'm sketchy on some details is because everybody is refusing to talk. Again, guys, that's it. I'm done. Let me know your thoughts. Chat with me in the comments. And when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And don't forget to hit the like button. And I'll see you in the next video.